times be here to stay, or will be harkening back to olden times? It's MPG and Juice for winners finals of Raven Bairs 395.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested in this because I think it's how they both play this game. It's both very different. I feel like MPG plays with this character.
394, dang it.
No, 390 yellow.
Ah, my reel is suffering. Okay, go ahead.
But I feel like they both play so differently. Like MPG's playing more with his character. Like you can tell, like he's playing Mega Man. Like he knows his character. Well, Juice, like obviously he knows Roy, but so much of what he's doing, I could just see him doing like a different character, and it's so interesting to watch. Just how they both just play the game in general, especially with how both these characters have them in the meta. Mega Man's going up in the meta. Roy's kind of going down in it, but that doesn't really mean that. Oh my god.
Dead. In the entirety of the explanation, yeah, farted.
I saw Crash Bomb. I was like, wait a minute, and I just saw run off, jump back here like halfway across in the blast. I'm like, or off stage. I'm like, huh.
Yep. Crash into Slash is able to take out the first stock there, but Juice putting MPG on the back pedal on this left side here, gets the simple tilt, but not able to convert anything off of it. And again, MPG, much like we saw against Joshdon, able to reset to that back far game, but in the skies, he has nowhere to run to set to that back far game. Juice doing a great job just challenging MPG in the skies, which we saw Joshdon struggle to do a little bit, and it was able to why he is even things up right here, right now.
To go off more of what Gelato was saying, their playstyles are so different because of their, like, I guess, philosophies with the game, but it also does come down to one is playing Mega Man, one is playing Smash Ultimate to the best of his ability. I think like Juice is like the fundies guy. Like he is strictly based on his advantage, his neutral being insane, his reaction time's insane. Like he will out fundamental you and he will make you feel stupid for it.
Yep.
But MPG like really good at keeping that zoning game and kind of like keeping you out.
MPG makes you feel stupid for different reasons, if that makes sense. Like Juice is because I don't know. I'm getting better playing. I don't know what to do. MPG is I don't know what Mega Man is doing to me. Why? What is all this stuff on my screen? There's a metal blade over here. There's a leaf shield over here. I've been hit by it twice. I've been up tilted to 80. I've died. It's just it is a bullet hell on screen when you are fighting MPG, and that's just what it feels like, and just that's what it looks like. Oh my god.
He's playing Mega Man. Mega Man's a bullet
I
hell.
literally always tell people MPG's playing the game Mega Man. This is just how the games work.
If you lap over like MPG's gameplay with like the Mega Man like actual like gameplay,
there's no difference.
It's no different.
Put health bars on the side. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I think what's funny though is when it comes to how MPG is a bag of tricks, and I feel like that's like a huge thing. But he's also like still really good.
Yeah.
So it's like even when you get past his bag of tricks, which makes him different from like other players.
Yeah.
You get past his bag of tricks, he's still a really good player underneath.
Jack of all trades, master of one.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of like a boss fight where like phase 1 is like the gimmicks. That's the first part you have to learn about when you fight MPG. What is he trying to gimmick you with? What is he trying to Mega Man you with? And that's what you figure out.
And then
after you figure that out, now you go fight MPG. That's also really hard. I feel like that's all kind of what we're seeing, at least with Juice, and he's kind of like starting to get around it, get around the Mega Man stuff. But he's still like struggling with MPG himself.
Struggling maybe in the overall matchup, but right now locking down this right side here. 67 on himself, climbed 153 damage on.
Whoa.
Calling out the rush, no less.
I blinked, and he just ended up over there.
Yeah.
I feel like what I'm noticing, Roy kind of... Okay, for what Roy is... For the character Roy... Please get up. Okay, for the character Roy is, it's like, these high percents are kind of awkward for Roy. Because you lose your jab back air, you lose like what's it called? The spots, I swear, the spots that Roy players get put in when people go over to like 170 is so awkward that they just never get a sweet spot.
Yeah, and then there's also like situations, like tech situations that like, you know, we saw Juice put MPG earlier in like F-throw, F-tilt. That's not really going to be connecting because you're going to go so far, or you can straight up just not tech because you just don't hit the ground, you just drift out. I thought he lived, but it's like, wow.
That would have been sad and depressing.
This is why everyone's dropping the character.
Was able to take out from coast to coast there, but already taken a heap and helping of damage for his efforts. Now 154, and it's only a matter of time unless he can surge ahead, tracking the air dodge. Great call out for Juice. Second grab set up, chasing in the skies, can't peg down the air dodge.
You're fine. You're not fine. I lied. I'm a liar.
I was like, make it back here. That was pretty scary though, even for MPG, because some people see it as, oh, he's gonna die in a hit. I see it as, oh, you just died F smash at this sprint sign, or jab back here, like give it like 20-30%, you just explode.
That's like prime Roy percent.
Yeah.
You're low percent and he has max rage.
That is how Roy players steal games.
That is the prime percent to die. It's really funny and I hate Roy. Bro, I remember
I
No, not a
popped
chance.
Off
Not a chance.
So hard. If I saw the Daisy, no one plays this character, but I do in this region.
Yeah.
And there's a reason.
Where are you, Pasta? We miss you.
One day.
Pasta barely did not make P. No, he didn't make me because he didn't go to one more event.
Yeah.
And then just left again. I wish he was on PR. I made that graphic too. I wanted to put Peach on a graphic.
Ooh. I feel like it would be kind of easy for Roy to force his way into like Mega Man's little zone of pellets and neutral B, down B, funny projectile things. But I feel like MPG's also like spacing himself really well to the point where he's like adding the pressure, but he's not putting himself in danger.
Well, he has whittled down that shield very effectively right now. That's why MPG has to put down the gas pedal just a little bit to charge it back up. And he has done so pretty effectively. Not enough to lap, but certainly taking control on the mid-fight here.
In the middle.
Yep. Let's see. Another up air call-out string. No hop to avoid the takeout, but still, he has now lapped Juice on the percentage here. And again, starting to convert to that far to mid gameplay with that pellet. Let's see if that jab is able to close that gap, or will we see start of the same situation as that round one.
I don't know how bad this character would be if he had end lag on any of his aerials.
Mega Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be pretty terrible.
I'm like looking at the zone control that like Mega Man's or MPG's been doing, and it's like a lot of his like he'll go for pellets and then he stops you from approaching any farther because he goes for like a back air, like a fair.
Yeah.
And it's like now now Juice kind of has to find like these openings like in between those like moments.
Yeah, it's either that or you're just gonna have to like call out where he's going to pellet, and Juice has done that sometimes. But then sometimes he'll call out pellets and then like,
there's
he goes back airs. Yeah.
There's a back air, there's a fair there, and I feel like that's like a huge thing. Ooh.
Able to do a lot better this time around, though.
Oh.
But again, just keeping him away, trying to tack on as much extra credit as possible is MPG. Getting called out by the jab. Bear, that good old
I thought he was going to
Jared.
bear there, and I was like, what if he just messes that up like he does on the left side? I was like, oh, that'd be sad, but he didn't need to. He just bared.
The more I watch MPG, the more what everyone says is really right. He's very aggressive off the ledge. If you notice, whenever he's in disadvantage, he's like, he immediately tries to fight out. Like if you ever notice that, like he'll go for like a metal blade, he'll go for like a back air, or like a drifting back air to ledge. He's very aggressive out of the corner.
Yeah, he's very aggressive in general. Like the most you'll see from MPG is he won't hit any less buttons. He'll just do it from farther back. But like he hits a lot of buttons, and it's just kind of hard to deal with sometimes. But I feel like when you kind of understand what buttons he's hitting and when, I feel like you can start like dealing with it. I feel like that's what we're seeing Juice do at times, like calling out like when he's metal blading or when he's going for his pellets right away, and he'll just like go for a jump in fair to beat it out.
And I think that's due to just how confident MPG is in Mega Man's movements overall. We know how flowy he is. We know how how he can perfectly time an air dodge to get back to that ledge. So he's so confident in where Mega Man's movements will put the character on the screen in relation to the stage, in relation to his opponent, where he can sort of commit to that movement and commit to that aggression much more assuredly, essentially.
What was that visual happening during the up air? I just saw a bunch of red.
Whoa.
I'm just like, how did that? Okay. It might have been for the metal blade drop, but
again, the tit for tat hit.
Yeah, but now we're about an even game, and I feel like Juice has kind of been down for most of, really the set so far. So I feel like finally being able to get the lead is like pretty good for you, and this is definitely like your best chance so far of like taking the game.
I mean, he was down, but he had Mega Man in the red zone, so like it was only a slight advantage to MPG. So he certainly at least tied it up right now on these final stocks in that respect. And now they're just taking control of this left side. Yeah, I'll toss it over to you, Poke fans, but let's see if Juice can close it out here, though.
I was gonna say Juice kind of like getting this advantage. He's just in there now. Oh, no back air. Trying to see if he can get him off the ledge here. Aggressive option? Nope. Oh, kind of.
I mean, he's in control right now. He doesn't have to commit a whole lot, but again, the flowy nature of Mega Man, the confident movement, you don't want to give too much to MPG. So that's why we're starting to see the aggression leak back out from Juice, trying to peg down with that bear. Gets the tilt yet again in another situation off the left here.
Yeah, Nair I think is going to take it. No, Robot's a little bit too heavy. I feel like that's something I've also noticed about Juice is he's kind of started to track MPG a lot better. It's like he's finally starting to dance with him and not by himself. Like he's able to figure out where he's wanting to go and is starting to meet him there. And I feel like that's kind of why we're starting to see this lead start building. But you have to be very careful because if he's not careful.
Here's the scary thing. You give MPG a mile. You give him MPG an inch, he'll take it multiple miles. And he's kind of gotten that inch now.
Yeah, Rory's kind of at death %, and you're a max range Mega Man.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, and now you're dead.
It's Mackie.
called out of the sky. Yeah, the miles per gallon name not working out for MPG. His ride has been cut short, at least in this round 2.
Miles
I don't
per
know.
gallon.
I'm trying out here.
Mario Party
I'm not
guy.
All right, fine.
Is it Mario Party guy? That was Mario Party gamer.
That was Mario Party guy, but it might be gamer.
I love Mario Party gamer.
Mario Party gamer is funny.
Mario Party gamer. It's just like Mario Party. You gotta play a new minigame until you fight him.
Mega Man is low key a mini game.
It's like the minigame of all time. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, he is a side mode. I'm just like, oh, what am I supposed to do here? Like, the way your brain has to, like, I feel like the way you have to change the way you think when you fight a Mega Man. Because he's not doing the same things as another character. Like, he narrates you, but there's no end lag. So you have to figure out, like, how you want to, like, approach that and stuff.
Show someone, like new to Ultimate, show them, like, the mini games of this game. You got Squad Strike, you got Turning Metal, you got Fighting Mega Man.
You got Fighter Pass 2.
Yeah. It's my favorite.
Steve builds a wall. What will you do?
I love the mini.
It's a micro game.
Build me the other wall. I want a house to live in and get away from you.
Yeah.
I'm
Stay
not
away.
going out.
I don't want to play Fighting Pass 2. But we got that base game. We got that base game Mega Man.
Yeah, Mega Man are right. And we're kind of seeing Juice
Also Battlefield.
pull away. Yeah, I don't ever see people in Illusion not play PS2. I'm surprised MPG of all people at Battlefield. I feel like MB does not usually counterpick.
I feel like he likes Battlefield. I think it's really common for him to go Battlefield or small.
Oh, maybe I just haven't seen him play that much in recent memory then.
That's usually where I feel like it always ends up.
I don't see Battlefield in this region. We only play on PS2. It's a problem.
Yeah.
I feel like what's interesting though is that like I feel like MPG would want more room away from Roy, right?
I agree with that, yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
if we go off bans, right, he'd probably ban like just probably banned
FT Town Kalos. Maybe
yeah.
FT Town PS2.
So I feel like what is the next biggest stage? And
Hollow Bastion.
I mean, it's the same as FD, though, so.
Well, it's like physically, the stage width is physically bigger. I think it's physically better than FD, right?
I actually, no. The website I went to also shows the stage differences, and it was like exactly overlapped.
Oh, well, you also get a platform for Hollow.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only difference.
I feel like Juice would have banned Hollow instead of FD. And then I feel like MPG wants platforms to work with. He doesn't want to deal with Roy on FD.
Yeah, but it's like, do you really want to take Roy to a platform stage? I mean, we're kind of seeing Juice have a pretty big lead so far.
Yeah,
and I feel like Juice's ability to shark with these platforms and just juggle and how he's been playing.
Exactly.
I feel like the Battlefield platforms might not help MPG the most.
But also,
we'll see.
now imagine Mega Man with the platforms.
Yeah, but I feel like
And
MPG
MPG
hasn't got a chance to do that. Yeah, MPG on platform sounds terrifying, but he just hasn't been able to really abuse
Oh,
them.
he's getting what the hell?
Yeah.
I was not paying attention.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like,
I thought it was 2 stocks to 2. I didn't realize he was getting like.
he was like Juice has been a full stock up like most of this game, and it's like that's why I'm like I don't know if Battlefield was the right choice. Maybe it is, and MPG just needs time. But like Roy's kind of scary on small stages. I don't want to be near him.
It's not entirely stringent. I don't think it's the reason why he picked it, but we did see the rush set up on that top platform just to burn out the invincibility off the Halo platform. It's not going to be the full reason why he picked the stage, but it's certainly a big factor. But
Shouldn't have done the. Should have let him sit on the top platform for a little bit more. Because he came down, he was swinging.
Yeah, I feel like the other problem we're running into is because MPG does not have the lead. He cannot play as evasive as he wants to. Like if he just screws off to the top plat, Juice is gonna sit there.
Yeah.
Like you can't really do much at a deficit with that play style in mind. So you kind of have to start playing the game. But
Like imagine Mega Man with the lead here on Battlefield.
yeah, no, it'd be
You start-
terrifying. But
yeah.
now you're
That's the 50-50.
Roy with the lead, and
Ooh.
you're sitting under. You can sit under platforms if you're scared. Like
He's hopping.
if he wants to just like throw out buttons, you just can run away under a pot and just start juggling and just maneuvering and all that kind of stuff. I feel like that's what we're seeing Juice do.
Roy was hopping.
Like, see,
mad.
we just saw him screw off to the top plat, and MPG couldn't really do anything about it.
yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
Wow, that was almost the short you set up.
That's a rare misstep from MPG. I feel like he
Yeah.
usually doesn't have those, and
I never see him miss them usually.
yeah.
It's very
I wonder if
rare.
we'll see a
Like
comment.
chop air, very nice.
I wonder if we'll see meteors start striking Earth later tonight. We're a meteor shower. That might be the next rarest thing to happen. It's like MPG missing his tech.
Oh. MPG does not. Oh.
See,
Left tilt.
Left tilt yet again, yes sir.
On ledge you can shoot.
And again, another explosion call out will seal the deal on that round 3.
It's the most I've ever seen neutral B kill people.
I fought so many people in this region. No one is scarier on ledge than more than Juice. Juice on ledge is the scariest player in the region.
Well, how about recent Aloe?
Nah, I'm still more
Now
scared of
still Juice? Okay.
No, I
Okay.
still say Juice.
All right.
Juice's presence is like scary on ledge because he's ready. Juice is like okay. Samir's reaction to like your ledge options and what to do with it, especially with Roy, like a character like Roy, it's insane.
Okay.
Oh, ooh, where are we going?
Not going back to Battlefield.
Are we changing the music?
Certainly not.
Change
No
the music.
No.
Change the music.
Back to
You're losing.
PS2. Okay, so we probably I didn't ban PS2 at first, which I can understand why he wanted to try Battlefield, but I do think PS2 is generally going to be better. So,
This could be so huge for Juice.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, taking out your the person that took your place in the company essentially.
Yep. And this will definitely help him. Like, I don't really know how much he cares about rankings unless he's just straight up going to be number one. But it will definitely help his case because the only other person I believe that has other than Aloe that has an MPG win in the region is Merc. And if you want to be number one, you do need to match Merc, and that means beating the best right now.
Hope you can see love. Oh, where you going?
And we're on to game 5. Just walks off.
I can't do this no more.
I thought he was gonna get down. Everyone was like, I'd be so sad if that's how you lose your stock.
Spot.
He has a jump. Wait, he has a jump.
No zone. Two up airs and a flare. Let's see again.
Why is he standing there?
He's scary. I'm telling you.
I was gonna say he's like a python just waiting to strike.
knows.
Like,
And the worst part, like, we all knew he was gonna shield in a second when MBG, if like MBG swings off ledge, and he'll just get punished. I'm like, he waits a second. And then immediately starts moving because he knows that's when people like to start making their movements. When you've played trap long enough, you play this game long enough, you understand how people do things generally. How long they wait on ledge, how long they sit in shield. Juice knows this stuff. So he knows the timing's enough where if someone's mixing it up, he can already start adapting to it, and we're already seeing it go to work. Now we just need to see him like start getting these harder punishes, and he'll be set. But speaking of harder punishes, getting hit by the F smash and MBG now being up during this game 4, how will Juice respond?
Again, trapping to the ledge. I mean, yeah, MBG just gravitated towards there without any sort of aggression from Juice, and Juice was happy to capitalize now off this right side. And 128, again, just that leech shield. So much of stifle, but nothing is more stifling. It's just being catapulted off of your first stock.
Bro, can I do that? Can I F smash leaf fucking leaf shield? Huh. I've never seen that move hard punish before.
It's very hard to punish, even if the Mega Man literally has to be ignorant and just walk into you, throw it at you, and just stare at you in your face, and that's how they get punished. But like Mega Man players are smart and realize, oh, I should just be backing off usually, unless I'm like really confident. Even then, it's like it's still so hard, even when they're bad with it. So the fact that you should be able to do it, definitely pretty telling.
MPG retreating a little bit more in that mid-far game, but reading out that down tilt a lot more from Juice. And is able to roll away from it or spot dodge it. He's certainly tracking what Juice is doing. At least he's adapting to it, if not calling it out entirely.
Something that's funny that I think is really interesting about Roy, and I never really thought about it until I saw my friend Johnny play Roy. Down tilt's really broken.
Oh, the moves are insanely good.
Like the tech situations that down tilt puts you in. And to the point where it's funny is that we were talking about earlier, MPG does not miss a tech. And against Roy down tilt, that's a low-key, like, that goes against you sometimes.
Yeah, just if he just knows how you're gonna attack, he just wow, that was a really good reverse from MG.
Yeah.
If he knows how you're gonna attack, he just kind of starts reading it, and I feel like the Juice is able to do that, but not all Roar players are able to do that. So
even besides reading, I think he's just really good at reacting to it too.
That's also true.
Just got too aggressive off
Bullet
that
hell.
right size, and yeah, and
So many explosions.
Calling out with another set of up air strings. Juice cannot land for the life of him. Finally gets an attack in, but 66 put on. And barely a scratch yet again put on MPG for his efforts.
Oh my word.
So aggressive. That's why he lost that second stock. You have to cool down, Juice. It's hard to do when your guy's a fire guy, but you need to cool down right now.
Hot blood, 16-year-old, you gotta stop. or is he 15? I don't remember. He's 15 or 16. He's young.
The young lion.
Yeah, back air has no jump.
Goodbye.
Oh, he just didn't make it. I'm surprised MPG didn't just like, honestly, just run into the blast on forward air. I'm like...
We got an interesting matchup after this.
Why? What's...
John versus Aloe.
Oh, dear.
That's going to be Pyramithra, Zelda, whenever that time comes.
He's been talking about how much he was talking on the car that he's been losing to Aloe.
Yeah.
Ages,
the only time he's winning is when it's an ACU and it's to win the event.
And even then, he got like third last ACU.
Yeah. And then Aloe lost Juice game. I don't know if it was game 10, but it was...
Well, when you're on loser side, any run is to win the event. So
yeah,
I keep
otherwise
they're
out.
Gonna pick Daisy. I'm like, why are you hovering Daisy, bro?
I know Juice got that Daisy.
Kalos.
Interesting.
Won't you pick Kalos against Mega Man? What the hell is wrong with you?
As Roy too, like that's what makes it interesting.
It's
like,
so
what do you
blue
gain
here.
here as Roy?
It's so blue.
Yeah. Is that bad? Sometimes I click Kalos and then she swap to light blue or blue Rob. Am I a bad person for that?
A little bit.
I it's hard to see gyro in theory, so I just...
You're bad for picking Rob to begin with, sir.
Wow. True, though. I definitely did go Rob on Kalos earlier today.
I've had my fill of that character since Smash 4, so I have some bias.
He was bad in that. I play Smash for Rob. Oh my word, that character's terrible. That character's actually a mid-tier. How did anyone play that character?
But against me, who had an exploitable recovery against the gas tank character...
Were you Luigi?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
I have a certain particular bias against it.
That's valid. I'd also hate my character too if I were you.
Okay, so I'm trying to like think about what does Zamir gain off picking Kalos?
You move the platform from center, which means you give MPG less escape options and less place for a Metal Blade to go. But in turn, it also makes it harder to approach MPG, which is one of the reasons you won really like so well in battlefields. Like you had options to maneuver, and you kind of just removed that. So maybe Trusty can maneuver better without those middle platforms in MPG.
Okay, but now I'm trying to think about what he loses, right? MPG has so much space now to kind of just like run away, throw whatever he wants.
I think it's yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say those two side platforms are also kind of huge for him.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's just the same deal. I think that Juice in that last round was the one struggling more to land against MPG than the reverse. So like,
now you have all this empty space in the middle. It's like, oh, now you're gonna even have a harder time landing.
I also feel like now recovering is a bit more awkward because you don't have like the stage wall to like ride up. Now you have to like just straight line.
And MPG can just fire a down air right there, right by the wall if he thinks you're even gonna do that remotely, and he's gonna be fine for the most part.
Plus?
Mega Man down air?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I look at Mega Man like, why? Like this character is extremely hard to punish.
Let's see here. Just MPG trying, but getting poked out from the that disjoint yet again. Setting up Crash Bomb off ledge too. Like you can set that up pretty cavalierly. Just let it cling to the entire side of Kalos. And just not getting that full hit, but still falling out of it and still taking charge. Again, another up air just stifling his efforts off of a hit from that sword.
How much does that do? Wait a minute. How much does Mega Man up air do? That seems like a lot of damage for that move.
That was 6%.
Oh, was it 6? I thought it was like 10 or 13.
No.
Oh, okay.
He took a lot of damage like beforehand.
Can't get the fair. Trying to track. Again, being so elusive. Finally pegged down. Trying to get a read yet again. Simple throw, though. Will send MPG off that right side. And again, setting up Crash Bomb. And the way that Juice has been so aggressive off that the ledge, he's just starting to fear going off the ledge entirely now.
Yeah, Go, you go.
I was going to say, another thing is that MPG is not struggling to kill. You are.
Yeah.
You went to Kalos.
He's at 183. You honestly might have killed with that up throw if it was like not Kalos. Maybe not, though, but it's like... Oh, he died. He was at 189 when he grabbed him. He died at almost 200.
Yippee.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Just nickel and dime him.
I love Palutena.
If you're building a robot, you need a lot of nickel and dimes, and he has accumulated 124. But great strength from Juice to take half that gap and pull it closer towards him. Let's see if he can take charge yet again, trying to track the run with a grab. And again, just that Metal Blade call out with that Rar Bear. Just sends just Juice off that hurting offstage disadvantage state that he finds himself so often in. And on stage, that ever lethal back air will clean up all MPG's efforts. Yet again, putting Juice on final stock here. Final stock entirely for his run possibly tonight.
Tired. Okay.
It's like there are Mega Man pellets going everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I don't feel like Juice is starting to put the pieces together, though. But it's like, it is going to be a question of, is it too late? And are you going to let Mega Man live to that ludicrous percent you did earlier? Or are you going to be able to secure the stock earlier? You really need to secure that stock, like, kind of now, to be honest.
Yeah, he got it.
See, he did it. What a great listener.
I think he kills him at 90 here. He kills him at 90 or 80.
I mean, at 27, that's, one strength from Roy, and he can certainly fight back in this, so.
Yeah,
not entirely out.
I almost feel like the fear isn't less like dying from a kill move, and it's more so dying off stage. Like, I mean, obviously both are pretty realistic. It has been dying more so to like kill moves, but he back air, down air, Mega Man just bullying him on the stage. I think Mega Man has a wall jump, right?
He does, yeah.
Yeah, like that's all the more towards the edge guard roar that he needs to be careful and really hold down the center.
We're not seeing Juice like totally recognize the full extent of his combos, but he realizes when he whiffs one move, he falls back and sort of resets to footsie. So we're starting to see a slight comeback here, despite this left side ledge trap. Yet again, MPG locking this down. Let's see Juice try to fight back here. Another string could be in his future. Pushing
Dead.
MPG to that side again. Yes.
He was at such a high percent. I'm like, yeah, I think the kill.
And look at that. I love the the camaraderie there. It's like, it was a well-fought battle for sure. Game 5 of all things.
Yeah.